Hi guys, this is Serafina. If you have not smashed that subscribe button, you can get in trouble. Okay, no, just hit and subscribe. Okay, hit that subscribe button and like this video. So I'm going to take you through the 101 lesson on how you can start driving Uber. I'm an Uber driver, by the way, and I'm not a full-time Uber driver. I only drive 2 nights a week. So I'm going to show you my Uber income for those 2 nights that I drive. So I only drive Friday nights and Saturday nights. If I'm not so busy, I could drive for like 2 or 3 hours on Sunday, but I only drive 2 nights a week, Friday nights and Saturday nights. That's the peak season of Uber. But I can tell you something. You could have events in between the week, and that would also mean that you're also able to make a lot of money. Now, the thing about Uber driving is that it's simple, it's easy, and it's fun. It's fun because you get to pick up many different people and have amazing conversations. And I'll tell you, some people just don't want to talk because they've had a bad day and stuff like that. It's okay. It's like that's why you've got radio in your car. Okay, so don't worry about it. But I can tell you something, there is an opportunity for you to make some good money driving Uber. Now, why am I telling you this? Because I'll tell you this. If you're talking about smashing your goals, if you're talking about doing great things in your life, if you're talking about making it big in life, man, you gotta find a way of creating money. You gotta find a way of making some extra cash. You gotta find a way of like backing up your 9 to 5 job. What if something happens today and you cannot continue working? What's gonna happen? Are you just gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, I lost my job, blah 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 blah? No, girl, that's not what you're gonna do. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna now take all the hours that you had in your 9 to 5 and you're gonna put it in Uber driving and you're gonna make some real good money. I've done it and you can do it too. So, without any further ado, I'll give you 2 models of how you can start driving Uber. Actually, there's 3 models of how you can start driving Uber. 1, you can rent a car. You rent a car, you start driving Uber. 2, you can buy your own car. Does that sound funny? Yeah. Like you can buy a brand new. Yeah. You can go to a deal, and I'm not joking, man. Especially if you have a 9 to 5 or if you have a regular income, you can go to a dealer that I'm gonna tell you about. Don't even go to my dealer if you don't like my dealer. You can find your own dealer. Go to any of your dealer. Most dealers have deals with financing organizations like banks and all that. And you can go there with just your national ID and your mobile phone, and you're gonna drive out of that place with a car. They're gonna organize a loan for you and the car. Okay, make sure you bargain. Make sure you tell them to take the price a little bit. They always have that markup for when you're gonna say, "Hey, this is so expensive. I want it for cheaper." They have that. So if you don't say you need it, you need them to give you a discount. They ain't gonna give you no discount. Ask for your discount, and can you subscribe because you don't want to miss these kind of things, do you? That you don't. Now, the third way is making your car an Uber car. That should have been the first one. In case you have a car and you're wondering, can this car be an Uber car? I'll tell you, it could be an Uber car. So, what does your car need to qualify to be an Uber car? Requirement number 1, it must be younger, 10 years or younger. It must be 10 years or younger. Don't forget. Number 2, it must have a 5-star NCAP rating. What's a 5-star NCAP rating? So NCAP rating is literally a safety rating. In case of an impact, how well is your car able to protect its passengers? So this whole NCAP standard thing was formulated to actually rate different cars or even motivate car manufacturers to make cars that are way better at protecting the passengers in case of a crash. So Uber will only take cars that are 5-star NCAP rated. If your car happens to not be 5-star NCAP rated, don't even start complaining. Don't even start making excuses, because I'm gonna show you what you can do with that car. So we're gonna get back to that in a different video, which I'm gonna link down below. I don't know why you haven't still subscribed. Can you tell me why you haven't subscribed? You better subscribe. So yeah, where were we? We were in the NCAP rating. How do you find out if your car is a 5-star NCAP rated car? Easy as. So you just need to Google. Let's say you have a Toyota 2015 Toyota Yaris 2015, go to my friend Gugu, who I also think is your friend, and say NCAP rating for Toyota Yaris 2015. And if it's not 5, don't stress about it. Okay? If it's 5, you're good to go. So, what are you gonna need? You're gonna need to go onto the Uber app. I have left a link in the description below. Check down in the description below. You're gonna find a lovely link that I've left there for you. Click on that. Put in your email, your password, of course, your phone number. Very, very, very important. It's gonna ask you for an invite code. Invite code. Invite code. Do you know what you're gonna put in there? This is the invite code right here. Can you take a photo of this? Did you? You can write it down. Can I read it for you? Did you write it down? Because you're gonna need this. You're gonna need this. Okay? And by the way, when you get your invite code, that's another cash flow stream that I'm gonna be telling you about much later. Okay? But in the meantime, especially if you're in Melbourne, you've got that. Okay, cool. Number 2, link in the description below. You have to click that link because guess what? That car is gonna need something we call a red book inspection. It has nothing to do with a book that's red, okay? A red book inspection is simply an extremely thorough inspection process that Uber cars have to go through so that they can be certified to be on the road. I'll tell you this, don't be scared about that stuff. I'll tell you a story about a car that I used, my first Uber car. My first Uber car was actually a Hyundai iX35. I drove all the way to Stanhope. Y'all know where Stanhope is? If you know Victoria, you have to head over to Shepparton. And after Shepparton, I took a taxi and it charged me 100 plus to go to Stanhope. Because the buses weren't running. It was a whole lot of a drama to get me to Stanhope. It's that far. So you can imagine it's a car that was mostly off-road. And to bring it up to scratch, for it to be drivable with Uber. And by the way, I had to change the wheels. There was a bit of a problem with the battery had to be replaced. So there was a lot of other things that had to be done because that car wasn't, you can imagine, like, yeah. And it costed me under 1,000 to bring that car up to scratch. So when you don't pass so take your car to red book inspection, they're gonna check it. And when you don't pass the red book inspection test, don't worry, it's not even that expensive. It's $100 and something to book. Rebook it. And it's much cheaper when you rebook. It's like $80 something when you rebook. You rebook the red book inspection after you fix the things they told you to fix. And then you take it back to them. And they are gonna certify it for you. And you are ready. They're gonna give you a certificate. They're gonna send it to your phone, by the way. So all you have is to download it, save it in your phone, go to the Uber app, upload it, and that's it. The other 2 documents that they're gonna need, you can just get them like that. And that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. Your app is going to tell you you are ready to start driving with Uber. Now, the thing is, you can see where the demand is, guys. That's how lovely the Uber app is. You don't need to sit in bushland waiting for a kangaroo to go and visit a koala in the next bush. No. The Uber app has like regions where it tells you the orange area, that's where we have most demand. So you can go there and get customers. I remember my first Uber trip was on a Sunday. And I worked about 4 hours and I made about $100 and something. And I came home and told my mom, whoa, I don't know how I did discover this much earlier. It's amazing. It's amazing when you discover things and you're like, wow, what took me so long? And I'll tell you something. The difference between buying a brand new Uber car and an old Uber car and using an old Uber car, I'll tell you the difference. Okay, I'll tell you the difference. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. When you buy a new car, it has something called GST. My friend, when you pay GST, it's a good thing. Do you know why? Because when you collect GST, the 2 cancel out. How's that? Do you know what I'm talking about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, call your accountant now. Okay, maybe much later, call your accountant and tell them to tell you stuff about GST, okay? But don't worry about that. Those are things that you shouldn't even think about for a minute when you're starting, okay? Remember what I told you. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know one thing. Get started. After you get started, you're going to find out everything there is to find out along the way, okay? So if you're sitting at home saying, oh my God, there's no jobs. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. I can't find a job. I can't. You just don't want to. You just don't want to. I'm gonna help you. I've already told you you can do that all by yourself. You don't even need anyone to do it for you. Grab a laptop, and in about 3 hours, you'll be ready to be driving Uber. And the good thing is, when you're driving Uber, you can start the app, drive. After you've had enough, you can switch it off and go home. You don't need to ask for permission from anyone. You don't need to worry about, oh, no, none of that. And you can, it's 24 hours. It's 24. Believe you me, it's so random. Some people, the nurses that are finishing their night shifts at midnight, they need someone to drop them, pick them up. People that have just arrived in the airport at 11 and took a whole hour to clear, they need someone to pick them and drop them. Believe you me, you can make extra money. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you next time. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share the video with those people that you like. Okay? Thank you.